Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So now we are in 2026. This year is for the personal and professional development and growth. If you are the person who is feeling stuck with the current work and the financial benefit getting out of it, and you want to pivot your career, but you are a clueless how to start, what to start, then this video is for you. If you are a working professional having a domain expertise in sales, marketing, HR, cybersecurity, procurement, supply chain, then adding some of the tools knowledge that make you become a data analyst in 2026. But if you are a fresher, by mastering these tools, you can also start your journey as a data analyst in 2026. So let me share my screen and show you that what are the tools required to become a data analyst in 2026. There are four different pillars of a data analyst: Excel, SQL, Power BI or Tableau, and Python. But these are not only the tool you need to master in 2026. So now let's understand each and every tools along with its topic need to master in 2026. So very first is Excel or Google Sheet. So Excel is the mother of data analyst. Under the Excel, you need to master the basic formulas like sum, count, division, floor, average, multiplication, mean, median, mode, all those. After that, if, sum, if, count, if. Then VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is one of the important concept required in Excel in data analyst. Then concatenation, remove duplicates, text to column. These are every day you are going to use in data analyst. Then date function, conditional formatting, pivot table, and pivot chart. Pivot chart, as Power BI is in the industry, so pivot chart we use very less in Excel, but yeah, pivot table every day you are going to use. So mastering of pivot table can help you one step ahead to become a data analyst. And next is Power Query Editor, which is now very much important nowadays because we already have a Power BI and Python. But this is also one of the important, I would say, topic to understand in Excel. And as you understand this Power Query Editor in Excel, in Power BI, it will be very much easy. Then data modeling, Excel dashboard. So after mastering these topics, you can analyze the business data in Excel very easily. Then we will move to the SQL. SQL is the salt of a data analyst, and without salt, if you want to eat biryani, how it would be, you can imagine, right? So now under the SQL, you will learn the data extraction, manipulation from the relational database. And the goal is that to analyze the data from the OLAP. OLAP means online analytical processing, means this is nothing but a database set up in every company for the analysis. Okay, and the topic you need to cover under that: basic, first select, where, order by, then joins, all three joins like inner join, left join, right join, then group by, having, subqueries, CTE, that is common expression tables, then window function. Window function is very much important. Row number, rank, dense rank, lead and lag, case, when, date function. So these are one of the important. Then you can also master some of the topic in SQL, that is a store procedure and define function. So that those are not very much important, but sometime they ask in the interview, or you may work with that sometime, not every day, but these are the topic that you need every day as a data analyst. Once you master the SQL, you will be someone who can fetch the meaningful data from the production database, that is OLAP. After learning a SQL and Excel, you can move to the visualization tool, that is Power BI or Tableau. Any one is required. Okay, so under this visualizations, you need to master the Power Query Editor, data modeling. And if you see the Power Query Editor over here, it is same in Excel as well. So if you learn in Excel, it will be very easy in the Power BI, guys. Then data modeling, even the data modeling over here also, I guess, data modeling, right? So if you understand data modeling over here, it will be a bit easy in the Power BI. Perfect. After that, visuals and chart, dashboard design, storytelling with the data. So after mastering Power BI, you will be someone who can design a production grade visualization dashboard on data for the business and have a capability of storytelling with the data. Perfect. And same apply for the Tableau as well. So you need to master any one, either Power BI or Tableau. Both are not required. After that, you have a Python for data analysis. Nowadays, every company is asking Python in data analysis because there are certain libraries which are much powerful and can help you to automate the process what you are doing in the Excel. So over here, using the Python, you can automate the data cleaning process and handling the large data as well. So in Excel, you can only handle 10,49,000 data, but using the Python, you can handle more than that. So that's why nowadays industry also need a Python in data analysis. So what are the topics you need in Python? So you need a data types, loops and function, list dictionary comprehension, then libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib and Seaborn. So now the question is where you can learn these tools. So on my YouTube channel, there are individual playlists of SQL, Power BI and Python, guys. So if you want, you can check out that. Pandas is for data manipulation and cleaning. Seaborn and Matplotlib is for visualization and NumPy is for numerical Python. So after learning the Python skill, you will be someone who can automate the data cleaning and pre-processing and performing the EDA using the Python. What is EDA? Exploratory data analysis. After the Python, you need to master the tool that is Snowflake for data analysis. That is the cloud-based warehouse. So nowadays in most of the company, Snowflake are important in data analytics domain as well. So the goal is work with the modern cloud-based analytical system. The topic you need to cover in this, what is Snowflake architecture, basic understanding you need in this, then database schema tables, then virtual warehouse, writing a SQL in Snowflake, data loading basics like CSV, Parquet, time travel concept, then view and materialized view, role-based access and performance concept. Once you master this topic, you will be someone who can write the SQL query in Snowflake and handle the large data, analyze the large data and load the large data for the data analysis. After Snowflake, the next tool you need to master is Linux. Yes, Linux is also important. I have observed in my previous organization, especially in MIS, folks were using a Linux-based environment to fetch the data from the database. What happened when you work with the MySQL Workbench or SQL Server Studio? Let's imagine that you want to fetch lakhs of record from last 2 years of data. Once you write a query in any workbench, that is going to crash with that large amount of data. Why? Because workbench cannot handle such large amount of data. So in that case, you need to write a SQL query in Linux based environment. So now the question will be that in one company, people work in Snowflake and Linux both. No. If the company have a Snowflake system, then no need to understand or no need to work in the Linux based environment, because Snowflake is a cloud based analytical system that can handle the large data. So you can write a query over here and fetch the tons of data out of that. But some of the organization don't use the Snowflake, they use the MySQL server and they install that in Linux based OS. So in that case, if you fetch the data from any workbench, MySQL workbench, or let's say any Trino or DBWeber, then definitely analyzing or fetching such amount of data will take time, or sometime it will crash. Or let's say there is one more scenario, you want to fetch a data of 5 different years, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and every year of data are stored in individual DB. So if you are working in the workbench, you need to write an individual query for each DB, right? So that is a tedious process. That can be achieved by only one query, automating that using the Linux OS. You have to write a dynamic query where whenever the query will run, first it will go to the first DB and search the all data required based upon your query. Then it will save that in your CSV file. Then it will go to the next database and so on. And it will fetch all the data and append to your CSV file. At the end, the query will stop. So that can be only possible if you are using or you are writing a query in the Linux based environment, guys. So for that, Linux for the data analysis is also important, and I have closely observed that people are working to fetch that large amount of data from a DB under the Linux environment over the any workbench, because it is faster and also can handle the large data. So now the goal is run the heavy SQL query safely and efficiently. Production DB often run on the Linux servers, as I said, right? So if the organization don't have a Snowflake, they will have a Linux. Okay. Then GUI tool like a Workbench or SSMS crash on large queries. I have personally observed that whenever you want to fetch, let's say, 10 lakhs of records from the database in the Workbench, after 10 minutes or 20 minutes is going to crash. So it is not at all possible to fetch large amount of data from the Workbench, guys. Analysts run SQL script via CLI. Faster execution, better logging, automation friendly. So what are the topic you need to cover into that? LS, CD, PWD, present working directory, CP, MB, RM, MKDIR, CAT, less, head, tail, grep, awake, seed, PS-grep, telif, top, vim, dh-h, cell scripting, basic automation you required, and cron job for the automation. Let's say there is certain SQL query need to run at night 12 o'clock. So you will be there to run the SQL query at night 12 o'clock? No. So that can be achieved by event driven process, and that can be achieved by cron job in Linux or Airflow index. Okay. So the outcome is you are able to fetch the large and cross DB data faster for the analysis. After that, you need a domain expertise. So if you are already a working professional, then you will have a such domain expertise. But if you are a fresher, then starting with these tools and working with your manager and senior data analyst, you can also gain the domain expertise and you can become a data analyst. There are certain tools that are optional. If you want, you can master those as well, but it is not mandatory. So those tools are statistics. So statistics is used to perform a statistical analysis and take a data driven decision, but it is very rare, guys. It is only for the predictive analysis and if you are working in the early stage of a machine learning problem or a time series problem. Okay, but it is good to know. But I would suggest first you master Excel, SQL, Power BI or Tableau, Python, Linux, Snowflake. Once you master these, build some project and then start looking for a job. Once you get a job, then you can start mastering your statistics or machine learning along with that and time series. So now let's see what are the tools you need to understand in statistics. So basic, mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, probability, normal distribution, hypothesis testing, correlation, central limit theorem. Once you understand this topic, you will be someone who can do the statistical analysis on the data and help the stakeholders to take the data driven decision in the industry. After that comes machine learning. If you are working with some predictive analysis like regression and classification based problem, then you can master the machine learning, otherwise it is not required. Machine learning comes under the AI, not under the data analysis, but data analysis is also a early stage of your data science, guys. So once you understand your data, you analyze your data, then only you can start applying some of the AI technique on that, right? So analyzing of data start with the data analysis, and applying a machine learning, deep learning start with your data scientist job. Perfect. But if you have a curiosity or you want to learn, then you can understand some of the machine learning algorithm based upon the regression and classification. So those algorithms are linear regression, ridge, lasso, elastic net, logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, KNN, naive Bayes, support vector machine, that is SVM, very much popular. Then random forest, XGBoost and AdaBoost. So these are the supervised learning algorithm, and there are certain unsupervised learning algorithm that is called clustering as well. Those are k-means, hierarchical clustering, DB scan and PCA. Once you understand this, you will be someone who can analyze the data, and perform the predictive analysis as well. Along with that, there is a one more topic that is required for your demand and forecasting. So I have seen very closely that people are using less machine learning in data analysis, but more time series in data analysis. So I would say that after learning those tools, that is Excel, Power BI, SQL, Snowflake, Python, and Linux, you can start with the statistics and time series. Time series is very much important for demand forecasting. So what are the topic you need to cover in this? That is trend, seasonality, cyclic, seasonality, irregular noise, moving average, that is simple moving average, weighted moving average, and exponential moving average, ARIMA, SARIMA, ACF, PACF. Once you understand these topics, then you can also perform a demand forecasting based upon the time series, guys. So these are the tools. If you master, you can become a data analyst in 2026. So thank you so much for being with me till now, guys. I hope you found this video interesting. If yes, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.